القهار الأحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم وبعد. I welcome you all to yet another edition of our program Fi Zilaalil Qur'an. On today's episode, we shall be looking at what should a Muslim do when faced with failure. When a Muslim fails or when a Muslim is overwhelmed with challenges, what should he do? The first thing a Muslim should do in the light of the Quran when faced with failure is to be conscious of what he or she says. Be conscious of what you say. Your first reaction matters a lot to Allah. Your first reaction matters a lot to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why the Rasul said, "As-sabru fi sadmatil ula," that the real patience is in the first incident that happened to you. Is in your first reaction to whatever happens to you. That's why we want to test your patience. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about the righteous and successful ones. He says that the ones that are able to manage their emotions when they are not happy, when they are faced with challenges. الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُم مُّصِيبَةٌ. They are the ones that when they are faced with a challenge, when they are overwhelmed with inadequacies, قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Their utterance, what they will say, is not, "Oh God, why have you done this to me? Oh, woe to you, you are the one that caused this to me. Oh, woe to you, you are the one that caused this to me." But rather their statement that they will first say is, "Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un." That indeed this challenge has come from Allah, and to Allah this challenge shall return. Allah is the one that brought it. He will take it away from me. This is their first reaction whenever anything happens to them. You lost your job, this should be your first statement. You lost a member of your family, this should be the first statement you make. You lost money in your business, this should be the first statement you make. This is from Allah, and Allah is the one that brought the challenge. Allah will lift the challenge from you. Inna ma'al usri yusra. Forever, after every difficulty, there would always be ease from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second thing that a Muslim should do when faced with challenge is to have it at the back of your mind that the challenge is from Allah. That it is Allah that brought it. Nothing happens to you except with the knowledge of Allah. Nothing happens to you except with the knowledge of Allah. This is what Allah told us in another portion of the Quran. It says, "مَا صَابَ مِن مُصِيبَةٍ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مِّن قَبْلِ أَن نَّبْرَأَهَا إِنَّ ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَسِيرٌ." Allah says, be mindful, remember, there is no challenge, there is no problem that occurs to you. There is no challenge that overcomes you. إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مِّن قَبْلِ أَن نَّبْرَأَهَا. Except that it has been recorded in our documents. Except that it has been decreed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّ ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَسِيرٌ. This is very easy for Allah to do. Allah that brought it can take it away easily. He had tested those who came before you, and He took it away from them. So many examples abound. So if yours is a problem today, please remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows about it. So return back to Allah. Don't go to anyone to seek help. But who? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third thing you should do whenever you are faced with challenge is that you should not grieve as a Muslim. Don't grieve and start wailing as a Muslim. Whenever you have any challenge, do not grieve. La khawfun alayhim. Allah says the true believers, the true successful believers, la khawfun alayhim. There is no fear that will overcome them. Wa la hum yahzanun. And they will not grieve. They will never grieve. لكي لا تعسوا على ما فاتكم ولا تفرحوا بما آتاكم. Allah warns us. He says, do not be grieving whenever you are faced with challenges. You have to be strong. That is the time for you to rise and be stronger, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows about the challenge. The challenge is just a test from Allah. Don't grieve about it. Just remember Allah at that point and restart your journey again. Allah will surely grant you success. The next thing you should do, finally, whenever you are faced with challenges, is that is the time for you to rise again. That's the time for you to rise and start making effort. Start making genuine effort. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turns all failure to successes for everyone that believes in Him. When you truly believe in Allah and you are faced with a challenge, Allah will turn that sorrow to joy for you. Allah will turn that sorrow to happiness for you. This is what Allah told us in the Quran. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانصَبْ. When you are overwhelmed, when you are down with inadequacies, that is the right time for you to rise again. That's the time for you to pick up. You lost a job, Allah will grant you a better job. وَإِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَارْغَب. Allah Akbar. Because your return is turned to Allah. You have no other place to seek solace but in Allah. So if you rush back to Allah whenever you face with challenges, Allah will grant you something better. Allah will grant you a better job. Allah will grant you a better business. Allah will grant you a better deal. Allah will grant you the best of all of things. Whenever you lost something and you revert back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These and more are the things that we are expected to do as Muslims whenever we are faced with challenges. We should remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that brought the challenge, and He is the one that will take it away from us. I believe that today we have been able to evaluate the things that you should do whenever we are faced with challenges. One of them, be mindful of your statements. Another of them is to believe that the challenge is with the knowledge of Allah. It's in the record of Allah. Another of them is not to grieve whenever you are faced with challenges. And the more important one is that whenever you are faced with challenge, that is the right time for you to rise again. That's the time for you to rise. وَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانصَبْ وَإِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَارْغَب. Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. May Allah reward you all abundantly. Shukran jazila. Jazakumullahu khairan kathira.